What is up, YouTube? It is Onion Bomb here, and welcome back to another South Park tier list. And we just finished up Season 4 of South Park, so it is time to rank the Season 4 episodes on the tier list. As you can see, we already got Seasons 1 through 3 on the tier list. If you missed those, maybe not focus on the screen too much if you want to see me rank those. But if not, you just want to see how they are, that's where we're landing. As you can see, I really enjoyed South Park. Only one episode being an F, and it was... In all honesty, that episode itself was more probably like a D or a C, but I just put an F because of like the troll factor as well. And then nothing in the D tier, and then only 4 in the C tier. And yeah, everything else is B or above, so that is very good, at least in my opinion. So yeah, let's see what Season 4 has to offer here. This is going to be a little bit of a tricky one. Maybe not tricky, but like, I don't think we're going to get too under with these, because I've fairly much enjoyed Season 4. Like, there were 2 episodes more recent than not that I might not get the greatest ranks out of me. When we get there though, we'll get there. Definitely, I remember having a good start to the season. And starting it off, we have Tooth Fairy. The Tooth Fairy Tats 2000. They had that little thing going. They had for like the first 4 or so episodes, they had 2000 at the end of it. I like this episode. I think this is definitely going to be an A episode. I think I'm gonna put it right there in the A tier. It's above the 2.2 Cartmans together. I forget what episode that's called. I think that's the spontaneous combustion, I believe. And then this is the bus one where it's like all a dream. And the episode title was something to do with Star Trek, I believe. So yeah, and then next up we have Cartman's Silly Hate Crime. And this one, was funny as well, because Cartman got put into jail and had some interesting commentary of like, like hate crime versus just, like a normal crime, and like, it's like, it's some interesting talking points as well. This one's gonna get fairly high, I believe, though I think I'm gonna stick in A right now. Honestly, I think I may even go third in A, though. It's gonna be pretty high. Just a pretty entertaining episode, if I do say so. And this next one here, episode 3, we have Timmy! And this is the one where he joins a band in the Lords of the Underworld. And he tries to get shut down, and everyone's on Rillin. Yeah, another pretty good one. Timmy's a funny character. I believe this was his introduction. No, I think this season was his introduction, but this was his first like episode. I'm gonna put it. Sometimes it's hard to get all these together. Remember how much I liked all these, but pretty much this one here, I'm gonna put it between. I believe that is maybe the 2nd episode of all time, and this is one of the Halloween episodes. So yeah, that was once again a good episode. We are sticking in A so far. I don't think this is going to deviate out of it. This is the one, the quintuplets, where where they went to see that circus thing, and then the quintuplets stayed at the at Stan's house. And Stan's dad was like, "Raise your hand if you have a grandmother." Not so fast. The way he told him was hilarious. Honestly, yeah, I gotta put that one pretty high too in A. I think I think I'm gonna put that one like right there. Honestly, similar placement, but like one above the Halloween special, but not above these quite yet, because these were pretty good episodes of the South Park. All right, next one we have Cartman joins Nambla. This episode was wild, insane, but it was hilarious at the same time. Definitely everything that I thought like South Park would be like before going into it. And like, you know, that Garrison had some repercussions on this one. This like stuck with him almost the whole entire season. Kenny was trying to, you know, break up his parents, as I'm sure his mom wouldn't get pregnant again. And his dad was going through it. And then we have like it was so funny having the Mephisto be a part of the different Nambla. Like the something about Marlon Brando. I feel like the Marlon Brando look-alike National Association. It was so like that. I don't know, but is it crazy if I put this one in S tier? Cause it was just one that like really kind of stood out to me. And I'm gonna say this again. I may end up moving episodes into S tier. Like priorly ranked lower. Like I'd be changing my mind a lot with these tier lists. I'm actually not going to put this one in S. I'm gonna put it very high in A though. I'm gonna put it third in A. And yeah, I think Tweak versus Craig, and this was I forget what this episode was, but that was the Kaiju parody one. These are very. I may end up moving these into S tier. I'm not entirely certain yet, but we'll see. We'll see when it's all said and done. All right, next we have episode 6, Cherokee hair tampons. This one, Kyle like almost died. and Stan was facing that reality, and Kenny, seeing Stan like be all upset about it, was getting mad, which was kind of funny. And yeah, they were trying to get Cartman's kidney. Yeah, and not this man. This season really did start out really good. I think this one is going in A, and it's gonna be pretty high as well. In fact, I think I'm gonna go between Cow Days and the Civil War one. I think I liked it that much. It was really good. Alright, the next one is Chef Goes Nanners, and this was the one about the South Park flag. And oh man, this is another really good one, because this one had you know a pretty interesting message at the end, when, you know, because it was all about like the racism thing, and then like the children they didn't even see it as that. They just saw it as murder. And Chef was like, "That's the most beautiful thing." And then like a Jimbo, who like people wanted it to stay, had the support of the KKK, and he was like, "Wait, we don't want your help. We just want the flag." And there was just a lot of interesting, I guess, talking points, you could say, and then very funny as well. This one's got a score high up there as well, and I haven't put any of these in S yet. They're just some very high A's, and yeah, I think I'm gonna put that one right next to the one I just ranked. And I think I am gonna end up re-ranking these two at the end here. I'm gonna throw them both in S. I think I like those a lot as well. Just we're getting a little crowded in the A tier, and I think those were good enough to be there. Up next, we have an episode that I also really enjoy. We got the something you can do with your finger, and this is when they started a boy band because of Cartman's dream. And yeah, honestly, this episode, I think this one's more of like a me thing, but I am gonna put this one at the end of S here. This is one that just kind of stuck in my mind and was just really funny, and just I like seeing them be a boy band. And the Kenny death at the end kind of came out of nowhere, and it was like bruh. But then like when Stan's dad had after his backstory came in to fill in for Kenny, it was, I don't know, it was funny. Sometimes I just like, I'm just, feeling it. I feel in an episode, and that's what kind of catapults them to the S tier. So yeah, that is kind of what's happening with that. Next up, we have a two-parter here. We have Do the Handicap Go to Hell? And then we have Probably. Now, two things were happening. At the surface, there was some religious fear going on, and they were getting scared about, going to hell because they weren't, they weren't going to church and eating crackers, as they called it, the communion. But and also at the ball, in hell, we had Satan and Saddam have a storyline, and honestly, that was pretty funny. I kind of liked that a little bit better than the top half. We're a little bit lower here, I believe, but we're still fairly high. I think I'm gonna put these both at the top of B, like the very top of B. Do I like that? Do I like the Christmas ones more, or the sexual harassment panda? No, I think I'm gonna stick with that. I'm gonna rank it as one story because it kind of technically was. I mean, it kind of took a turn when Cartman took lead of like the whole like religious thing, but it was pretty much a continuation. So I'm gonna rank it as one. Hopefully that is all right. And then we have fourth grade, which unfortunately, I believe was the end of the opening. How it was, and it just turned into something I thought was like a special thing. It turned out it wasn't. And yeah, pretty much the children get into fourth grade, and they get a new teacher, Miss Chokes on Dick, which we haven't seen too much of other than this episode, but we have before. And then they made a time machine out of Timmy's wheelchair. Garrison makes a return and admits he's gay. Still like the aftershock of getting fired from the Namble incident. Still a little bit lower than how we started, but I think this episode is still pretty decent, pretty good, and I'm going to put it. I maybe a little bit lower than I thought. I just kind of remembering some of these episodes. I'm gonna put it like in B, kind of, sorta in the middle, maybe more so middle towards the end, in between the Big Al's Big Gay Boat Ride, something like that, and then the one where I think Wendy gets jealous of the sub, which I feel like we haven't seen too much of Wendy in this in this season. Maybe not. I don't know. Actually, I feel like I have like a lot of season 1 ones like lower here. I think that's the first episode, and I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if it's just like recency biased or if like I just really got better, but I don't know. I think I feel strongly about some of these newer episodes. The next one here, as we're coming down to it, we got Trapper Keeper, which I like this episode. It was about, it was like a Terminator parody, and then there was like a election parody of Garrison, who's now in teaching kindergarten, which I don't know if that's better or not, but hey, I think we're going back to A on this one. I think we're going back to A. This is, I want to mix some comedy with maybe some real world commentary, and I thought it mixed pretty well. Gotta put this one, I think, more so in the center. I think I liked it a little bit more than the Timmy one, so we're gonna put that right there. I kind of smack in the middle there with that. And then we have Helen Keller the musical. This one is pretty good. This was another like Timmy episode, and we saw Timmy and Gobbles. This one had a lot to it. This was funny, and how Pip, kind of exaggerated the kindergartner play, and Timmy got Jimbo to shoot the other turkey, and there was a lot of good. This is another very high one. I'm thinking about putting this one in S maybe. Do I like it that much? I think I might have. I'm gonna put it in S. Yeah, I think I like that one. It's just a great episode. Like, I just liked the story. I was entertained. I was like, oh, like how their play gonna be? Like, are they gonna get Gobbles there? Like what's gonna happen with that? And there was a lot of funny moments. Maybe this one didn't have like the real world like commentary to it, but it was just a great episode, which I liked a lot. Okay, now we may get into some negatives here. The next one is something that, from what I've gathered, might actually be the worst episode in South Park, and everyone, if this was a community thing, it would rank right here. This is the Pip episode. This episode's Pip, the Pip backstory. I, for one, didn't hate the episode like that, but it wasn't amazing either. It was kind of boring to me at times. I thought I picked up a little bit when, they kind of revealed that the one guy Pip helped in the beginning, paid for him to go to that one school thing, and then they were trying to save the one girl. I thought it was kind of funny. I'm going to put it at the very end of C, I think. I've seen some people say, hey, I actually like this episode. A lot of people hate it. I don't. And then some people say, I agree, this episode was the worst. So I'm kind of in the middle with that. Other than the Not Without My Anus one, currently is, I guess, my least favorite episode. But we just have a stack roster, in my opinion. We have a stack roster. The next one, this episode, Fat Camp. We got a glimpse of what Eric Cartman looked if he was as skinny as the other children, and we saw him in like a camp where for to lose weight, and he was a secret sweet dealer, and that part was kind of funny. The second part of the episode was was something I did not like. Because it was a rough one. Oh, absolute rough one for Kenny. You know it was a rough one when at the end I wasn't even celebrating the fact that he technically survived. Because they were putting Kenny through it. They were trying to parody like Jackass stuff and like I get that, but man, I'm making Kenny do all this for money, and even like Jesus in South Park said like you're making him a prostitute, and I don't know, Stan and Kyle like they were in on it, and like Cartman would have been hella in on it too. I know if he wasn't at Fat Camp. I gotta be honest, guys. This one, I'm not. I'm probably gonna be the lowest on. I'm going D tier. I'm going D. The only reason why it's not F tier for me is because of the Cartman storyline was funny, but I just didn't like seeing Kenny go through it. I know that it's jokes and gags and it's for comedy. Trust me, I watched SpongeBob as a kid and I've seen Squidward go through the ringer, and I was able to just exist after, and it wasn't that bad. But I said just the way they were doing it to Kenny, I just felt bad, and he already dies every episode, and no one seems to care, and I do laugh about it sometimes. It is funny at times, but it's at one point it's like enough's enough. Like you're giving this character way too much. And it's when it's no one seems to care, and it's like one of, if not your favorite character in the series. It's not that pleasant. So it's not gonna join Not Without My Anus, but it is going to be the first episode in the D tier. Yes, I am putting it under Pip. So that was shortly lived for Pip being technically, other than Not Without My Anus, my least favorite episode of South Park. But yeah, this is where we're getting it. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. If you like the episode, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. That's where I'm putting it. So we're 2 episodes left. First one was episode 16 with the wacky molestation adventure. This one was pretty funny. There was a parody going on. I think I was told it could have been Children of the Corn, which I did not see. But basically Kyle was trying to go to a concert, and then he false reported his parents to they say that he molested him, and everyone is having fun at his house with all this freedom, and everyone did the same thing to their parents, and there was only kids, and then and within 10 days, that was a big joke at the end, 10 days they just ran the town to absolute crap, and then the parents got brainwashed into thinking that they actually did do something, pretty much. So yeah, this was a pretty good one. I am thinking I'm gonna put this one in A as well. Maybe a little bit lower than some of the other ones. Maybe not that lower. Actually, no, I'm gonna put like here in the middle. A very good episode. I enjoyed it, and yeah, A tier is definitely filling up. All right, now for the last episode here, the season finale, if you want to say. It is the Christmas special of the season, a very crappy Christmas. I just watched this a few days ago. Mr. Hanky revealed to have a family, and it was really cool and meta, because they were trying to get the children were trying to get the Christmas spirit back, so they decided to make an animated special, which was the exact special of episode 0, like the pilot episode of South Park. Maybe not the pilot, but shorts made before the series, and they showed them like dubbing it and like actually making episodes. So it was a really fun and meta episode, and it was funny to see Mr. Hanky have a family and have like small turds as children, and the opposite was they were trying to like Christmas was about presents, and the cliche like You know, I mean, it's true, but cliche that people are like, you know, Christmas isn't about the presents. It's about, you know, with, you know, being with each other and whatnot. But then South Park was like, it's not about being. We were too busy focusing on that. We weren't with each other. And yeah, this episode. Honestly, the Christmas specials are staying together. Look at this. I think that's the first Mr. Hanky introduction. There's the Charlie Manson one. And then there's the latest one. This one, I believe, is it my favorite Christmas special? It might have been. I think I'm going to put it towards the end of it, right there. Keeping it kind of close with the Christmas specials. I thought they were on par with each other. Not done on purpose. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to put that. I think it's currently my favorite Christmas special. And yeah, that's gonna be it for my season 4 tier list. We got 2 additions to S. Well, these aren't season 4 ones, but we got 2 additions to S. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 episodes. We got 10 episodes in A, 2 in S, that's 12. And then we got 2 in B. Sorry, 3 in B, 1 in C, and then 1 in D. I think is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then yeah, 10. Yeah. So very interesting. I mean, this season was definitely really good. I mean, Pip the Pip and the Fat Camp episodes weren't the greatest, but there's a lot of additions to A, and I thought that was a really good season. Yeah, it started out with a bang, and there were some bangers. So I am very excited for season 5, which we'll be getting into very, very soon. In fact, if you're seeing this video, that means either later today or the next day. I don't entirely know how I'm going to do that yet, but season 5 episode 1 reaction should be ready, and yeah, hopefully it's a good one. I'm excited, always excited for more South Park. I love South Park. As you can see, I mean, we're definitely very, very top heavy still. A tier almost has 3 full rows. S tier now has a double row too. Being a little bit stingy when it comes to S tier, not entirely, but yeah, it's a little worse. I could see some maybe. But like I said, I nothing's in stone. I can move up and move down, and yeah, this is my tier list for the first 4 seasons of South Park. Let's see how it grows. Until next time, until I finish season 5, and we'll expand this tier list even more. For now though, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like or dislike, subscribe or don't subscribe, it's always up to you. I'll see you guys in the next video, which of me. Thank you so much for watching my season 4 reactions to South Park. Here's the season 5. Good boy.